Hey everybody, Colton here with a little update for the show going into the new year. So first, I just want to say that I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, and I want to thank you all so much for a really great year, and especially a really great month here on the channel, with December being one of our best months of the year. This channel, it has been through a lot of changes this year, 2025. I started this thing like nearly 10 years ago, and my channel grew a lot during the Infinity War days. Now, I've told this story a million times, so I won't bore you with it here, but long story short, the channel has had its ups and downs. I've had my ups and downs like in life, but my persistence, I think, here and there, especially with like Spider-Man No Way Home, the channel had reached a point where really no one was watching because I had been like MIA for a year. But I started covering Spider-Man No Way Home, and a few people were watching, and luckily that is how I was discovered by Screen Crush, and I got a job offer from Ryan over at Screen Crush 4 years ago this month, and that has been just best job of my life. I'm doing what I love, and I have you guys to thank for it. Now, Screen Crush, it has been my main focus for the past 4 years, and it still is a huge main focus for me. I'm not going anywhere until I inevitably get canceled for something and they fire me. But until then, you can still expect to find me there on Screen Crush. But something that I no longer want to do is put my personal channel on the back burner. That's something I did for the past 4 years and that I've been trying to rectify. I want to give my personal channel not more attention, but just as much time and attention and effort as I do my other work. Because if you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. Don't half-ass it, full-ass it. So it took me this year to finally find, I think, what I want to do here on this channel. I was doing recaps for like shows that we weren't doing recaps for on Screen Crush, sometimes shows that I wasn't even watching. And I was really bored doing that. I like talking Marvel. That's what this channel was built on, and that's what I want this channel to be. Now, I can't get into like the nitty gritty of my extremely fair contract that I have with Screen Crush, but I'll just tell you, I can't just do whatever I want on my own channel. There are certain things that are off limits until I give them like right of first refusal, which is 100% fair. So what I then started doing on the personal channel was I started doing like some Marvel theory videos like you would see on Screen Crush, that were ideas or pitches that we just weren't going to be doing on Screen Crush, either because there wasn't enough time or we just weren't feeling it and decided not to do it. And some of those theories or videos, hell, a lot of those turned out really great, but some of them didn't. And you can't build a channel on videos that were essentially rejected ideas. That does not spell success to me. So what I needed to do, and what I wanted to do, was find a way to talk about movies and Marvel and whatnot in a completely different way than I do on Screen Crush. On Screen Crush, we write out a script. We have a great team of editors who add awesome B-roll to our videos and make really great like video essay style content. And I was trying that here on this channel, but I insist on paying video editors well. And there just came a point where I can't like justify the amount of money I was spending on editing. Now, on occasion, I will have my good friends who are video editors come in and they do a dope edit, and I think I pay them pretty well. And sometimes I'll take the time to do a dope edit, if it's called for. But something I discovered was that you guys really enjoy, and I appreciate this, me just sitting down in front of the camera and shooting the shit with you about whatever it is we want to talk about. And that really gave me this feeling of freedom that everything I do doesn't have to be so produced. I can just sit down and, take your questions. And fortunately, you guys watch and participate in the conversation and help build community, and it's really cool. And I don't need to add a bunch of B-roll and effects and all that stuff. It can just be a conversation. I do work an 8 to 5, at Screen Crush, sometimes more, because I want to. And that makes it, hard to find the time before or after work or on the weekends to get all my other personal channel work done. And, also have time to spend time with family and tend to other like responsibilities. But this freedom that you guys have given me to just sit down, turn on the camera, and have a fun, engaging conversation with you about whatever topics are on our minds in the realm of movies and streaming and Marvel. It's really made it to where I can do my show and my other work and not feel so overwhelmed. So Ask Colton, that's the full show where I take your questions. I pick questions from the email mailbag, askcoltonnow@gmail.com, and I answer them on the show. I also guarantee channel members who support the show on that level that I will answer one of their questions per show. So I do the full show, I upload it, and then throughout the week, I would upload clips from the show. But here's where that got tricky. I'm overproducing the show, I think. I do a lot of research and like bullet point prepping before the show to form my answer to the questions. And that's a lot of time consuming work. And it's sometimes a little perfectionist. And it makes it to where I can never do the full show until every single answer is prepared, until I've prepared the entire thing. And it makes it to where my individual clip videos from the show may be old news by the time they get uploaded outside of the full show. Now, the idea was that some people, they prefer longer content, some people prefer shorter content, so I'd be providing both, a full show and then the clips from that full show. And that's worked for the most part. But, sometimes I've gotten complaints that, I've already heard this, because they watched the full show and they don't know how to read a title that clearly says this is a clip from the full show. Anyway, I don't like the idea of necessarily re-uploading the same thing throughout the week when the clips are old news anyway. I want new stuff going up daily. And, those clips, they don't always do great. And that has just pushed me to the point where I've done some number crunching, and I just think I want to restructure things a bit. So I am canceling the Ask Colton show. And I am launching the Ask Colton show live. I'm going to start doing the Ask Colton show live, where I pick questions from the mailbag like I always have, and I will answer them off the cuff. I will take channel member questions as well and answer those. I'll take live super chats, and we'll even dive into the live chat. And it will be a live weekly discussion show between you and me. Now, this doesn't mean that a good segment from the live stream that won't go up on the channel as its own video, but I won't feel the need for that to be the case. I won't feel the need for every segment to be its own video. It can just be a part of the live show. I won't feel the need to draw out an answer that doesn't need to be drawn out just so it can be its own video and I have videos to go up throughout the week. I can this way now answer more questions, have more engagement, and force myself to just do the damn show without so much prep work. And it'll be live. So if I fuck up, I'll just have to deal with it. Now, this does not mean that I'm going to stop uploading individual produced videos. Quite the contrary. This new system will make it to where I can upload more individual videos, hopefully every day. Videos that are more timely to that day. And for those of you who like to watch the Ask Colton show and like to watch the daily shorter videos, you won't be getting any like repeated videos. You won't be wondering if, is that video from the Ask Colton show or is it its own thing? You'll just be getting more stuff, more videos, daily videos that are new, and you'll get the full Ask Colton show. And hey, if you can't watch the show live, don't worry, that's fine. It will be up on the channel after it's live as well, just like, the show is always just up on the channel. So, in short, the Ask Colton show, it isn't going anywhere. It's just going to be live and more off the cuff, more questions being answered, and more daily videos to come. I'm excited. I hope you are too, and I want to thank you all so much for all of your support. And let's have a good 2026 on the road to Avengers Doomsday. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Ask Colton! He has all the best takes in the world.